Hello, everybody. Welcome to Car Talk and Other Things, week 34. I'm Liam. This is Big D. Welcome, as I just said.
Welcome. No,
Much. All right. This week we have NASCAR news. Of course, we're going to start out with us talking about our cars and stuff like that. A lot of things have come up
yes,
and happens in the last week. A lot of things.
yes.
Then we're going to go straight into like NASCAR because the race season has started, and there's already lots of things that have gone on with that, so we got to catch up.
Yes. And NHRA Winter Nationals in Phoenix is happening right now too. So
yeah, we'll brush
so
over
we'll
that.
have to.
We'll
Anyway,
have to get that up.
But first, like always, talk about our vehicles. We'll let Liam talk about his first. I mean,
You might want to turn off your ringer.
yes, even though you guys,
Rookie mistake.
I'm sure you guys watched this past Wednesday's video, but you know, if you didn't, Liam can give you guys kind of a rundown on what all we got managed to get done this week, which was a lot.
Yeah. Of course, last week
we mentioned what we were doing last week, but
yeah,
you know,
actually seeing it and everything, the production of it has gotten better. We are now on 4K on
yes.
our working videos. We got that accomplished. I'm very proud of that because I was very iffy about my ability to get that going.
Yes,
the new straight out the gate, but with the new software and everything.
The new software was awesome. The voiceover, Liam's voiceover work.
It still needs some work. I need to work on my.
I'm really liking it though. I'm liking the whole idea of it. You know, during our hyperlapse, you're not just getting the music in the background, but you're getting either one of us kind of doing like a voiceover explaining, you know, what we're doing at that particular moment. You know, so
and pop it in with little things we do wrong or have problems with or something like that, and you see breaks in the video where we edited.
Yes.
Edited our time out just working on one thing, so the video not only moves along, we can kind of work out the problem without having to be on camera or be all nervous about that.
Yes.
So,
and we
get frustrated. We throw tools. We cuss at each other for
yes
not understanding what's going on and stuff like that. We've had a few.
Yes,
but we're cool about it. We walk away, come back, and we just go right back to work and say fuck it.
Yeah.
Sorry for cussing.
And we get it done. And I
actually work really well together, even though we get pissed at each other every once in a while.
Well, that's the
brother thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, family thing, and yeah. Here comes Karma in the bottom of the frame. You guys probably can't see her because she's out of view. She's out of view, but
we're about from here up.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can't see her, but she's sitting right in front of us. But anyway, I have to admit, have driven the car a couple times now. Liam's been driving it now for.
He scratched my wheel.
Yes, I curbed one of his wheels the other day. I feel like a total.
The car's wider now. Well, the
wheels are
wider.
Yeah.
It's about 3 inches wider. The whole car. Altogether. An inch and a half on each side. He didn't know quite where the wheel and the curb were.
Well, I was backing into a parking spot.
I'm calling him out on video.
And I was also going off of the aftermarket rear view camera, which you can't go off of those 100%. It's kind of, you know.
Here, let me turn down the volume. You're kind of peaking there. Sorry for people wearing. Turn up the volume a little bit.
That's also because we
have 2 mics now.
Yes, we figured out the mic situation. I'm wearing a lapel mic, and Liam's got the normal studio mic in front of
Let us know if there's any audio crossover or anything like that, or any problems with that.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really listened to it. So.
Yeah, please, anybody message us, let us know how the sound quality is now that we got the lapel mic and stuff like that. Make sure we're not, anyway.
Anyway, what were we saying?
Where we,
yes. So the wheel.
Yeah, I was backing into a parking spot and going off of the aftermarket rear view camera, which technically you can't rely on 100%. It's there to keep you from hitting shit, but not necessarily from hitting curves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but
well, we have to touch them up anyway. There's some other problems with them.
Yeah, but we got the alignments done. We messed with the dampening of the coilover some and got that straightened out.
They were too stiff. The factory settings were too off the strongest setting, so I had to turn those down to half.
Yeah.
So we pretty much got it right down the middle. I want to stiffen it up.
We asked people to let us know things, and then you went out of that screen.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
So I probably want to pop it up like one at a time, just to see.
Yeah.
If I can, because it's a little too springy now. So I kind of want to stiffen it up a little bit.
Well, that's because it's also everything's breaking in too.
Yeah.
So as it breaks in, it's gonna start getting a little softer, and we're gonna have to kind of we're gonna have to even play with ride height because it's gonna start settling, and But all in all, though, loving the way it we haven't even really put it through its paces yet. Just driving it around, though. Yeah. Night and day.
I wanted to kind of get the brakes broken in and the tires broken in a little before we really got it to like a skid pad somewhere. Yeah. So I want to do a skid pad this time.
Yeah.
Because
before we take it to Mexico.
No, that turn was just too long and too wide down in Mexico.
Yeah, it's a good sweeper though. I kind of like.
We'll still do it. Yeah. But I want to also take it to a skid pad.
Yeah, we'll find other places in Mexico to test it out in.
Yeah, well, we have to find a concrete parking lot pad, something of the sort.
Yes.
To sit there and just do circles until the tires break.
Yeah, like feel okay. We're doing it at this speed, and we're doing it at this speed
as fast as we can until the tires break.
Yeah,
So we get a nice G-force rating off the app, and
we start out slow and we keep going until it starts to drift, and then we know okay, that's too far.
Yeah. then we get the G rating off that and see how many G's it's pulling.
Yes.
Because we figured I was pulling like a half a G, maybe a little more.
Yes.
Last time.
And Liam, believe it or not, don't know how fully intentional it was, but he did manage to get an automatic to drift the other day.
Yeah. I got it to drift, which is crazy because he had a limited slip differential.
Mm-hmm.
I got it to power. It's more of a power slide.
Yeah, but it did it.
It did it. It broke loose on the back end.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it didn't. It doesn't have understeer.
Yes.
I was afraid that changing these things would create understeer.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't.
No, actually, the steering, because of the wider tires that are on it now, it's not.
It's quite
as sensitive as it's still sensitive. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Just not quite as touchy as it was.
Well, inch and a half of tire is a lot of tire.
Yeah.
So it's definitely sticking a lot better.
Yes. But
we still have to look for a posi. I need to get a posi pump to just stab it.
Oh, let them know.
Even before we do the transmission.
Well, let them know what ordered the other day that already started coming in.
I got some smoked lights for the outside for looks So I'm going to just smoke the lights,
Yes.
even like corner lights. The only thing I can't find is a damn third brake light smoking. Is
Yeah.
there like a universal smoke kit that I can buy?
You can buy do-it-yourself smoke kits. It's basically like paint, like
It's
a
like
spray paint and stuff.
or like a sticker that you stick over it, like the ones that I'm getting for like the headlights. It's like a fitted sticker that I'm getting for the headlights. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to apply it right, but
Any of you Mazda guys that watch, if you know anything about that, please, message us, comment now, or if you're watching this later, leave us a message or something. Give us some information
it's
on
an
that.
03 MB2. So yeah, I mean, I think it's from 2001 to 2005. It's all the same, or is it 99 to 2005? I'm not sure on the light, on the third brake light, but
No.
but different parts carry. It's funny because different parts carry over from different models, different body styles. Like the quarter lights are almost universal.
Yeah. Now, is it possibly a law thing? They don't make it a smoke kit for third.
Maybe for in some state, but that can't be. That can't be. Third brake lights aren't even a necessary thing by law.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know.
At least not that I know of. At least.
'Cause I've never really paid attention to see, when cars are driving around with smoked lights, if their third brake lights smoke. I've never.
I might get in trouble by the cops just for smoking the lights, but
no.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Yeah,
or pay that ticket when I get to it.
Some of the laws are weird. I mean, hey, but it definitely, I like the stance of it better now. The wider wheels and tires and it sitting lower.
I think we gotta pull it down another half inch.
Yeah, it'll look even better.
It'll look better. The tire gap's a little wide.
Well, that and not having side skirts kind of throw it off a little bit too. It makes you think that the car's sitting higher than it actually is. But if it had side skirts on it, it would look like it was slammed. But,
because that frame is actually like a quarter to half an inch below the edge of the door, the bottom of the door. It actually steps down a little bit underneath the car.
Yeah.
So the car is lower physically than the actual bottom of the paint on the door.
Yeah. So if you put side skirts on it, would actually probably make up that difference and give you more of a visual warning of, hey, I get ready to hit the bottom of my car.
Yeah.
But
or the side skirts might hit before your bottom of your car hits, or something else hits.
Yeah, and I'd rather replace a freaking pair of side skirts than an oil pan. Personally,
I'm sure I can get them to match.
Well,
the current paint.
Yeah, although we have been talking more and more lately about the wrap, but
think about getting the wrap.
But there's there's reasoning behind this, but I don't think we want to get into detail on that.
No.
But
Well, I already said before that I'm going to do some in the future. I'm going to do body changes.
Oh well, yes, this is true. Yes.
That's not a secret.
No.
There are secrets we keep.
Yes,
that's not one of them.
No, we have talked about some body flare or fender flare kit. We've talked about the louvers for the hood.
I just don't want to do any like body kits or anything like that until I get a few races in.
Yeah.
Just to see where I stand on where my car sits in the classes.
Yeah.
Shooting, like I've said before, we're shooting for, is it SRT or STR? I forget.
Whatever the class is.
Yeah.
You'd have to look it up again, but yeah.
I think it's Street Roadster, STR.
Yeah.
So anything with a soft top, two-door. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, S2000s qualify as one of those, and they dominate the class. So I'm not going to be getting first place at anything.
Well,
because there's a disparity between what a Miata can do with parts that they allow and what the S2000 can do with the same parts that they allow, because they can make the same upgrades that a Miata can, to try to catch up with the S2000, and that just makes the S2000 even better. So there's no way S2000s pretty much dominate the class. Actually, MR2s are also starting to become more popular. And the class, because they're also most of them have are considered a roadster.
Yes.
Even though the engine's behind. I personally like MR2 Spiders better, or MRSs, as they're called. But
does that mean that Del Sols qualify?
Maybe, but it has to be two-wheel drive.
Del Sols are two-wheel drive.
I know, but I know what you were thinking.
Well, yeah.
You can't add an axle.
Well, no. I wasn't thinking about that with the Del Sol. I was just wondering because we were.
Can you do that with the Del Sol? Can you case swap with a all-wheel drive systems? Now we're getting theoretical. We're going completely out of left field.
Well, I'm not sure with what
If it's one of those body styles that can do it.
Well, I don't know if they all share like the similar pan and stuff on them or not.
It has to be a similar body pan to.
Like a similar. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to look into that. I don't know if a Del Sol could be
converted all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive conversion like the Civics. I mean, the CRXs can, but the CRXs share the same body as the Civic and the hatchback. Those. Yeah. Something to look into that.
But they use the CRV all-wheel drive.
Yeah, but when I asked that though, I wasn't even thinking about the all-wheel drive. That wasn't even in my head. I was literally thinking about the top because your top and then the MR2. So I'm like, the Del Sol has a similar top to an MR.
It's a front-wheel drive, so it might be a different class.
Oh yeah.
No,
I was just curious about the top wise, yeah.
Anyway, we can talk about Darksin now.
Yeah, we
pretty much talked about my car to the moon. So.
We need to talk about Darksin. Yes.
The 1980
El Camino
SS.
If you guys also saw this past Wednesday, you guys saw the new turbos for Darksin.
Yeah, the gigantic turbos.
The gigantic.
That I personally think because this is our behind the scenes kind of talk.
He thinks they're still too big, but you guys will see.
Not for the 5.3 that we got. I think they're
Thank you for blowing that. I was saving that for Wednesday, but anyway,
I didn't know this.
The year and stuff. You guys can wait until Wednesday to find out what year it is and all that. But I was going to tell him we got the motor. I just wasn't going to give him any of the information yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But anyway.
We didn't go over this before.
Yes, we got the motor. It's a 5.3. It's not a 6.0. It is a 5.3. Not going to tell you the year or the mileage yet. That will be on this Wednesday's video, which I've already been working on the past 2 days.
Yeah, doing a very good job on it.
Yes, doing teardown and yeah. But yes, we got our 5.3, we got our turbos, but yeah, Liam thinks the turbos are too big because they're 98 millimeter.
Maybe we can use one of them.
But that is on the cold side.
Yeah.
They're smaller on.
They are 77s.
They're 77s on the hot side, which is right around where we wanted to be anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be pushing a lot of air.
We're only gonna be pushing as much air as the spring and the boost controller allows it to push.
Yeah. As long as we configure everything right, don't get boost creep and stuff like that.
With boost controllers, 2 waste gates, and a blow off valve, that gives us 3 springs. And boost controller, so
boost creep's really a problem if you have like 2-in-1 like exhaust systems and stuff like that, or you have the pipes configured weird, or.
But I'm running twin turbos with dual straight side pipes, as you guys already know. So to go with the theme and look of the car. So that's also why I'm sticking with twins, because otherwise I would have to do a single split two thing, and
Yeah.
it just, yeah.
It is. All that piping is a pain.
Yeah. So, and again, we didn't spend that much money on the turbos. So if I need to order smaller ones,
Yeah.
the piping and stuff will all be the same. So they would literally just unbolt,
Yeah.
rebolt.
Yeah.
You're good. You know. So
we haven't used them yet, so it's always something that.
That too. So
But we'll probably use them.
we're gonna use them.
We're gonna test them. And
yeah.
You can always save them for different projects too.
On top of that, with having the two step and being 77s on the hot side, it's gonna spool up fine, and yeah, we'll be good.
Chances are he's right.
Yeah. So
Could just be a lot of paste.
Yeah.
We're probably be pushing 20 pounds before any time.
It's gonna be more of not only a lot of boost, but more of damn, that's taking up a lot of space. But that's more of my thing right now, is more of, are these two big fuckers going to fit in these corners where I want to stick them?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a big engine bay.
Yeah.
So it's not that big.
But the cool thing is the headers. I did a kind of a test bolt up on one today on the side of the 5.3, and the headers do not stick out, even though coming up and forward, the headers do not stick out further than the accessory.
Really?
Literally where the V-band flange is right at the front of the harmonic balancer.
Huh. So you could, yeah, awesome.
So we put the elbow off there, come over to the corner.
Well, it's pretty much it's a T with a big end pointing towards the turbo, because you have to have the wastegate right there.
Well, it's still an elbow, but you can put the wastegate flange. You can weld it into the corner
like a bung.
Yeah, and then mount it right there, and then figure out where I'm going, because flames.
Yeah.
Don't really want to shoot the wastegates up and out the hood.
Yeah, just probably straight down.
Straight down, or I've even thought about somehow piping it into the side pipe of the car.
Like
before it goes down, like run it side by side, but then before it goes down the side of the car, actually make it go into the pipe.
You can do that under the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I don't know how that affects the
performance,
the function.
Yeah. So you wanted a straight shot as possible.
Well, what I mean by
you don't need back pressure on the wastegate.
Well, what I mean by don't know how it would affect function is your exhaust also creates kind of its own natural vacuum. So if you have the wastegate piped into the exhaust, will that natural vacuum screw with the wastegate?
No.
Will it cause it to
I don't think so. I think they take that into consideration when they design it.
So, I don't know. So it's something I got to think about, but, also sound like, will that take away my freaking whole blow off sound?
I would just pipe it straight down out of the car somehow, like
yeah, probably what I'll end up doing is just pipe it straight down,
or right behind
the front tire or something.
Yeah, right up against the firewall.
Yeah, have it just kind of come out right there. You know, ooh, I could do the wastegates up underneath the backs of the fenders with the teardrop cuts, and then have the side pipes go down the side of the car, and then have their teardrop cuts. So you have the big teardrops down at one end, and then little like 1-inch teardrops up there underneath the front fender.
That's a look you can go for.
Just a thought. Just a thought. But anyway, but yeah, so we got our 5.3. I've started to tear down. Gotten as far as I can't take the harmonic dampener off because I have to order a special puller. But they're not that expensive. I just got to get it off of Amazon, but that ain't no big deal. But I'll get it and it'll be fine. I already
got the fan off yet?
I got the fan off.
Oh wow.
I got the.
That was the trick.
Yeah, I watched a video on YouTube on how to get the fan off, and every video I saw said to use an air chisel to chisel the nut, the big nut part on the fan, and it will start unscrewing it, and then you can unscrew it by hand, and it worked.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
If you ever have to take was it a clutch fan?
Yeah, it was the radiator clutch fan.
Yeah.
Off the front.
Apparently they still use those back when you got that engine.
Well, it's a truck engine, obviously, because you guys knew we were getting a truck engine. So a truck engine's they don't have like electric fans and all that. They have their big old plastic, stupid clutch fan on the front and all that. Did notice though, in the process of switching it out, it's had a recent water pump change.
Oh. I'm thinking blunt head gasket?
I hope the fuck not. Because if so, because aluminum head's gonna have them decked.
Yeah.
Which means a trip to the machine shop.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yeah. Did get lucky on the exhaust bolts.
Oh yeah?
Did not snap a single one.
Awesome. That's always a trick.
Well,
I don't know if it's different on LS's or not.
Well, coming to find out about the LS motors, because of aluminum heads, and they use kind of a very skinny bolt in them to hold the cast manifolds on.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they are known to snap off very easily, and you got to weld a nut to them, and
wow,
it's a chore. But I learned from a friend that if you apply some heat, like you do with any bolt, but if you apply some heat and a little bit of penetrating oil, they'll come out.
Huh.
And they came out.
Nice.
You guys will see that on this Wednesday's video. Just watch the video. I don't want to give away too much because then you guys won't even be interested in watching the video. And then
there'll be other things in the video.
Yes, there. Trust me, there's plenty of other things in the video, but it's definitely a good motor for the price that we paid for it and for the mileage and everything. It's definitely going to do everything that we need it to do. So definitely watch this Wednesday's video. We got the twin turbos for it. We got the motor now. Going to be in upcoming videos very soon. Going to be starting on the smoothing of the intake manifold, and
gotta get those practice.
We've got as you guys know, we've pretty much got all the parts for the motor itself. Really,
There's a couple things.
only thing I still need to do that's gonna help with the parts wise for us to make sure that we have pretty much everything else we need is the cam and the pistons and the rings and the valve spring and retainer kit, all that stuff that we showed you guys in previous videos that we bought new for the 350 project. I'm going to take those because since they've been unopened and unused, I'm going to send those back to Summit Racing and basically exchange them for the other LS stuff that we need. We need the LS Turbo Cam. Thinking I should probably go ahead and get a set of new lifters for it, roller lifters, just to be safe. We already got our oil pump. We've got our good rings for it already. Need to get our bearings for it and gaskets. And that's pretty much it for the internal stuff. And we'll be able to tear it down, do that stuff, put it back together, get it painted, and basically from that point be able to start doing like our dry run, dry fits, and basically put it in the car and start, mocking up headers and turbos and piping and all that stuff, and get the wiring sent off, and so it can start getting trimmed down.
Fuel. You gotta think about fuel.
The fuel system we got to start working on once the motor's in the car. So yeah, I mean, once we get the internal stuff done with the motor and get it assembled and painted, it can pretty much go in the car and start getting everything else ran and ready to be hooked up. And motor might have to come out again, and then again it might not, but
we'll do what we have to do.
Yeah. If it has to come out again, it should only be one more time, but then again in my head I'm thinking it might not have to come out.
Well, once it's might have to pull it just to make sure the transmission and everything go well together, because we don't want to be stabbing the transmission.
Yeah, that's right. We want to stab the motor and tranny
outside of the car
as a unit together.
Yeah, if you want to do it that way, we can do it that way. But I was thinking we might want to.
Well, we want to do a dry run first of them outside going together, obviously.
Just to make sure our bell housing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but probably thinking going back in might do a complete full stab of them both together.
Because we can take the front end apart if we have to.
Well, we're cutting that lip off.
Yeah.
That very nuisancey lip that's in the part of the firewall.
Yeah.
And that's going to be cut off and smooth, so that might help us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
work on it.
We'll work on it when it comes, but yeah.
But we can always take the fender and the front clip off. We can take the front clip off and stab it really easy that way.
Yes, but I've done that on a G body, and when you do that, you have to start messing with body realignment, and that is a pain in the ass. Body realignment is a bitch
if possible.
With messing with body shims and stuff. Already going to have to do that with the doors at some point.
Yeah.
After finding out that I don't know, did we talk about that?
Or
was that something we skimmed over?
We skimmed over in previous videos, but the doors are.
We found out that we thought that we didn't think, we were told that the hinges were replaced.
Yeah.
By our father. He didn't replace the hinges, he replaced the pins.
Yeah.
And because of that, the doors are still sagging because the hinges are worn out. The holes, they're just too worn out.
They're just kind of clapping together in there.
So I need to actually replace the actual hinges so they are better. But I'm not going to worry about them right now. It's not that important. But some point down the road, I would like to put new ones on it.
Because you got to get in the car. Unless you want to call Dukes of Hazzard. We can weld the door shut.
I'm not, after my paint and stuff, I'm not Dukes of Hazzard in my car. Already at this point, because of the intake manifold and stuff, we already know we're going to have to run some type of a hood scoop. Don't know if it's going to be a cow hood or not. We'll figure that. It probably will be.
We can fit all of it on the hood. Come on.
That's a tall. Those truck intakes are tall.
Yeah,
I am finding that out. They are rather tall, but then again, it might fit.
It's a big engine compartment.
You know, they look tall, but then again, you know, I still got that big old truck oil pan on there, which kind of also makes that motor look really big.
Yeah.
So maybe after I start like changing stuff out like that, it won't look quite as giant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's no bigger than the engine that was previously in it.
No, not really.
And that engine looks small.
You know what I actually was thinking earlier? What would be so freaking ideal if some parts were able to cross over from old school to new school.
Yeah.
Because I got them fucking expensive rods that I can't send back. I'm like, God, if 350 rods worked in a freaking 5.3, that would be so awesome, but they don't.
Of course not, because it's totally different.
I'm just saying, if they did, that would have been so freaking cool. I'd been able to slap some H-beams in there and be like, oh, yeah. But, you know, hey, still going to be able to put out good power with what we got. And,
oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
More than we were before.
And finding out from doing other research, the Molly rings that I got are the most highly recommended because they do make like another like factory OE replacement that I guess are crap.
Oh, good.
So
good job.
Going with Molly rings, or I am finding out. I've
heard of Molly before, so yeah.
Well, Molly's known in the racing world for you know, so but yeah, they're the way to go with your stock replacements too. Like hands down from there, all the research that I'm finding out, those are the way you want to go. The brand of water pump the brand of oil pump that I got for it, I can't remember what it is. Look at this past Wednesday's video, or past Friday's video, or whenever we showed you guys those parts when they came in. Go back and look at that video. Whatever the brand of that oil pump is, or wait and watch it in a future video. Also have found out that is the way to go there. Don't go with any other brand. Go with that particular brand. Like I'm finding out through forums and other YouTube channels and all that stuff that the particular brands that I got by chance just happen to be the right brand of ones to go for if you don't want failure. So
yeah, good job. Probably should do that research before you buy stuff.
Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah, I did it vice versa, but you know, hey, it happens. Hey, it happens. I got lucky. But yeah, so we got motor watch this Wednesday. Next couple weeks are probably going to be focused around the 5.3 unless Liam starts ordering other stuff for his car.
I'm just trying to wrap the body stuff for right now. Just get that light. The reason why I was going to get some lights to begin with, but the reason why I'm doing it now is because we found the correct one, and I don't want to. I'm going to I'm going to smoke it all later anyway. I just might as well do it now.
Yeah, so we found that broken one. It's not only cracked, but it's like it's missing. Like
there's like somebody glued it. There was glue on it. Somebody broke it before and just glued it back together.
Glued or epoxy. Either one, it didn't hold. So
stupid. I'm also working on the body, trying to get those the chips somewhat looking okay.
Which they are. Don't get me wrong, it looks a lot better than it did before we even thought about doing those.
Still got to sand it out and buff it out.
Yeah.
And we'll do a lot of wet sanding and buy a buffer and get it all polished and stuff like that.
Which I was looking at that stuff the other day when I made a trip to the man store.
Uh-huh.
They're a little expensive, but
how much is a little expensive?
Around
$100.
100, anywhere from 150 to 350, depending upon how much you want to spend.
Well, it might be find a used one.
But they're definitely worth it considering.
Look on eBay.
Considering we got to do your car, we got to do Mom's car, we got to do Dark Sin after I repaint it.
Yeah.
And probably future projects down the road. So having a good quality new buffer, probably a good investment. I'm also thinking about, because they're not that expensive with my next paycheck, I am thinking about buying a parts tub. Like a parts washer.
Parts washer?
Yeah, they're really not expensive, and they're really not. They're fairly cheap.
They just run a hose from.
Well, no, they have their own.
Oh, they cycle their own water.
Yeah, they have
solvent or whatever.
Yeah, it's a solvent, and they have like their own built-in filters and recycle thing, and you, after so many uses, you change out everything, and yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but they're very nice to have, especially for oh my God. I love this motor, guys, but the grease that I'm having to deal with, I am so wishing I had a damn parts washer.
Yeah.
Like, the grease is ridiculous on this motor.
Well, it's truck motor.
Yes.
Somebody used the hell.
Yes. I have got grease road grind combo thing going on, and look at my hands. They're stained. Like they're stained.
I can see good marks there.
Yeah, they're stained. Yeah, they're stained. Like good. Good news, guys. If you guys were wondering since last week, my finger's not purple anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not broken.
Yeah.
So I have full movement. I'm good.
You just bruised it good.
Yeah, I bruised it real good when I whacked it with a 3-pound sledgehammer. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, Why did I go like that? Like I was like, it's good. Anyway, we've really been talking about our own cars today. We so need to jump into the other stuff.
We can briefly go over NASCAR, I guess.
Yeah.
We have 20 minutes left. So.
Yeah, we need to talk about the Daytona 500, and then obviously this week's standings so far, practice and stuff. Didn't have a chance to watch it. Be honest. Arma, thank you. All I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Anyway,
here's the standing. Here's the standings
from
now.
Oh, from okay.
These are the point
standings since last week.
The first week.
The Daytona 500. Wow, they got high points already just for one race.
Yeah.
But this also, by looking at the points, it also tells you who won the race. Ryan Blaney, or wait, no, not Ryan Blaney, excuse me. Denny Hamlin won. Before we get into the real deep depth of everything, there was a pretty serious crash at the end of the Daytona 500. Yeah. Nobody died, thank God. But Ryan Newman technically should have won the race. But he was spun by, I believe it was Ryan Blaney, right before the finish line, which allowed Denny Hamlin to win. But in the process of Newman getting spun, he flipped upside down and got launched off another car like a ramp, landed on his top, car caught on fire. They had to flip the car back over. He had to be cut out of the car. He was in the hospital until I believe it was yesterday morning. And then he walked out of the hospital on his own 2 feet and went home. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in this week's race.
Be awesome if he was.
I'm not sure on his current medical standings. We could probably look it up. There's probably information on Google or something, maybe, on what his injuries were or what he sustained from the wreck. But either way, it kept him in the hospital and from Monday until yesterday. That was the other thing also. There was a lot of rain on Sunday that kept popping up, which caused the race. Literally, they got the race started, managed. I think they got, if I remember correctly, it was like 20 or 25 laps in on the first segment, and then it was the total rain out. So then it got moved on to stop playing. Thank you.
Just talk over
it. The race ended up getting postponed until Monday afternoon, where it was able to get ran out through its entirety. But anyway, here is some of the Ryan Newman stuff. Liam was able to pull it up. But yeah, he is reading it so he can kind of give us information over it. But yeah, so the race didn't happen until Monday. All in all, it was a phenomenal, great race. There was a couple of small wrecks throughout the race of the day. Nothing really too major injury-wise. Collecting of car-wise, they were halfway decent. Did have the big one toward the end of the race. That came with, I think, if I remember correctly, around, it was somewhere in the 20 to 10 laps to go left range. And then we had the cleanup from that. And then there was the restart, which we had a restart, which literally on the restart had a wreck. So had to clean up from that, then went back to green, managed to keep it going, and then the Ryan Newman thing at the end with the last lap on the last lap, and that was a whole ordeal. And yeah, it was pretty intense. And yeah, I'm not a huge Ryan Newman fan, don't get me wrong. But when you see something like that, you feel for the driver and you wish them nothing but, you know, the best. You know, you don't want nothing bad to happen to them.
They, of course, didn't give details on exactly what his injuries were.
Okay.
But he was in serious condition, but now he's up and around, joking with his dog, $2 and all this other stuff. So
and he was released from the hospital yesterday?
Yeah, he's fully released, yeah.
Okay.
So they have not released if he's going to race it.
Okay. No, but they literally said nothing about what his injuries were.
Yeah, of course, they don't want to give out details.
No. I wonder why. Why are they not wanting to tell us what his injuries were? But
probably just a head injury.
maybe some ribs or something. I don't know.
Mm.
A lot of other drivers commenting on
Isn't
him.
that this is
That's a hospital picture because that's him in a hospital gown with his two
so
daughters.
he looks fine to me.
Yeah, I mean, he looks fine, and
He's
that was
walking.
him walking out of the hospital yesterday
Yep.
when he got released.
It looks
So
pretty. It's probably just shut around. They probably just want him to stay out of the race car for a week and
yeah, make sure
just
he's.
to make sure he has all his
He'll have to see.
all the bells are unrung.
You'll have to see NASCAR doctors and stuff, and they'll have to make sure that he's medically released, that and good to drive, and all that good stuff. That is NASCAR. When it comes to stuff like that, they stay very much on top of stuff like that. They don't let you drive with concussions and stuff because of the G-forces and stuff that they pull. It could cause you to throw a blood clot and stuff like that. So they are very, very careful with the health of their drivers.
Yeah. I'm just briefly scrolling through this in case people want to see where their favorite driver's at.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't mean much at this point.
Yeah, with there only being the one race,
it's
the Daytona 500. Now,
pointless.
of course, the trucks will be racing tonight, and then Xfinity, normally they will be racing tomorrow. And of course, Cup Series will be Sunday. We are in Vegas.
Chastain to drive for Newman.
Okay, so Chastain is filling in for Newman this week. Okay, we will check this out.
After
No, we don't need to. No.
You don't need to
Ross
subscribe.
Chastain to drive number 6 Ford for Ryan Newman at Vegas. Okay.
So if anybody wants to read that, yeah, pretty much everybody knows what's going on. So
yeah, if you guys are fast readers, read it. Yeah.
Pause the video, whatever.
We can't read that. I'm not a fast reader, so
Yeah, it's pretty much it for NASCAR. It's pretty much all we got. Unless you want to go over practice or anything like that.
I'm curious. Did they do qualifying yet for Cup Series? Because if they did, I am curious on who has pole and stuff. Which I have a feeling since Xfinity races tomorrow and trucks race tonight that they probably qualified already. So if they did, it should tell the results. Check results. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jimmy. Oh, whoa. Jimmy Johnson has pole?
Looks like it.
Or no, practice 2. Jimmy Johnson's the fastest in practice 2.
Yeah.
Hey.
So they don't have qualifying yet.
Oh, Clint Boyer second fastest. Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, Matt Benedetto. I said it right. I practiced last Sunday. Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, John H. Nemechek,
and
Alex Bowman
to round out the top 10.
Yes.
All right.
Wow, Jimmy Johnson. All right, my favorite driver.
Your diver?
My favorite diver. Yeah, stepping up. Okay, now we do. Let's see, NHRA.
We'll briefly go over NHRA since we don't have much time left.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time. NHRA, I don't know if they've started their qualifying rounds yet. They might have just been doing practice. NHRA, Steve Torrence takes top fuel pole Friday at NHRA. Oh,
there you go.
Okay, so Steve Torrence took top fuel pole.
Yeah.
Matt Hagan continues fast start with funny car pole.
There you go.
Okay, so Matt Hagan has funny car pole. in a Mopar. Jag.
Coughlin.
Okay, Jag Coughlin has pull for Pro Stock. Okay, and he's driving the Jag's car. NHRA.
That's a grid gallery. Or gallery.
Okay, really, so they only talked.
That's the top. More about Jake Coughlin Jr. doing good.
Yeah. Watch the first season of the Arizona Big Tire Shootout. You
could have been part of that. Yeah, Big Tire.
Oh. Do they have a small tire shootout?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, big old turbo sticking down right there.
Might be a supercharger actually. Think it's a direct drive?
Oh. It's very well possibility, but that is a direct drive Pro Charger.
Yeah, sits right on the crank, right on the crankshaft.
Yes.
Direct drive, right off the crank.
Yep, no freaking belt.
It's a perfect car for something like that with that nose.
Yeah, because vets have long noses.
Yeah.
One thing, speaking of vets, if we have time.
We have a couple minutes, yeah.
Our favorite YouTuber, Cletus McFarland.
Oh, yeah.
Has spent the last 2 days in his videos putting a new C8 through its paces.
Yeah.
And I have to say, wow.
Yeah.
He did some autocross with one today. And then they took it from autocross to the big track. And they drove one with one type of suspension and then another one with magnetic control.
Magnetic suspension, yeah.
Yeah.
Magnetic control suspension.
And showed the comparison on those two, and still both cars, even though there is a slight difference, either way they're both still
badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they are driving these cars hard, and it looks like on their in-car cameras that they're out for like a Sunday drive. Like, dead serious. Like, they're just, it's like, wow. That's smooth. Like, it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're driving the naturally aspirated ones. They're not supercharged, not turbo. Yeah. They are the
LT4.
Yeah, the LT4. Yeah.
It's a version of the LX.
Yes. And you ask, why did they get to do this? Because they're good YouTubers? No, because Cletus ordered one.
Yeah. If you pre-ordered one, you get the.
So Cletus has one coming.
If you're part like the original 40,000 people that ordered one or something like that.
Yeah.
4,000, something like that.
Yeah. So Cletus ordered one, and
Emily Hartford, somebody else I watch, also ordered one. She got to do the same thing in our lecture video.
Oh, and in today's video,
Cletus
actually was able to show the color combination of the exact one that he ordered, because they actually had one there in today's video.
Oh, okay.
So it showed he's actually able to the exact color combination, the outside, the interior. They actually had one there. Mm-hmm. So
Emily Hartford got a white one with a red interior.
Wow. Cletus got I don't want to call it a baby blue or a sky blue. It's kind of it's a weird blue. And the interior's a blue and black combo, grayish. It works.
It works?
It works.
Okay. She's nice. Blue's not my color.
It's not. I like blue, but I like the cobalt, like really bright.
I would have to get a black one, of course.
Oh, well, yeah. Black on black. I mean, come on. That's no non-negotiable right there. That's yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out and watching us. We'll have, of course, a video on Wednesday, our working Wednesday videos.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, same place, all that.
Yes.
Be sure to check out all of our social media, Discord, and we'll see you guys.
Subscribe, do all the good things.
See you guys next time. Thanks for coming out.
Big D.
And I'm Liam.
And we're out.